Hi guys, how are you? Welcome to my channel. I'm gonna be talking to you as I'm driving, and I share with you a little bit that I have for today. The issue is I'm going to talk about marriage, and some of the girls are constantly complaining that why am I not getting married? Age is going to, I'm like, age is not on my, time is not on my side, like I'm getting old and stuff. And some of them end up thinking that maybe they are cursed or jinxed. No, that's not it. That's not it. No one is jinxed, no one is cursed. But it all boils down to today's dynamics. Today's dynamics about marriage. I don't think marriage is that important in today's world. As important, like it doesn't carry the same weight as it had in the past. Why? Because if you look at some of the reasons why people were getting married long back then, it was because of dependence. Women wanting to be taken care of, women wanting to feel like I've actualized, I have done it, I've made it in life. But you will see that nowadays women no longer need anyone to feed them. They no longer need anyone to take care of them. They can work, buy their own house, buy their own cow, buy their own cows, buy their own cars, take care of themselves. Because you will see that most of the guys are even borrowing money for lobola from their girlfriends. So what's the point? Because in the past it was said that a guy needs to pay lobola, one, to prove that he'll be able to take care of the lady, but you will see that most times now the lady is even earning more than the guy, because women are now empowered. They are now working for themselves. I do not know. As for the Bible, it never emphasized on marriage, because it said being married hinders one from properly worshiping the Lord. But because of fornication, it is good for each and everyone to have one of their own. Because sharing spouses among people wasn't good. It brought about strife, hatred, bitterness, fighting, numerous and perpetual disputes. But then people will argue with me about Barika as well. So that same statement which was given by Paul, it's because of fornication and adultery. People are now supposed to have one per person. So I don't know now where polygamy stands in light of this. But back to the matter of today about why girls are not being married, is because they are now independent. And our culture caused all this. What did our culture do? It over-empowered the girl child. The girl child is over empowered, more empowered than any other creature on this planet. Even if you are to go to court, a male having a dispute with a female, you'll find that the law usually rules in favor of the lady. The lady is the first victim in each and every instance. So the girl has been over-empowered, he has been over-educated, he has been over-trained, over-skilled, over everything. So you'll find out that because of this, the girl is now more stronger, more independent, more educated, earning more, more than the guy. Most of our young men, they are sitting on the bridges, taking banje, marijuana, coke, crack, all this. What is this mtoriro? What's this guka? Why guka? Crystal meth and all those things. As parents, we spent most of our effort trying to safeguard the girl child, empower her, improve her skills, her social skills and everything. Because every day you hear the mother say, you need to wash your plates properly. What will your in-law say when you get married? You need to learn to cook properly. What will your husband say when you can't cook when you get married? You need to do this properly. What will your husband say? The girl has been conditioned and programmed to function well and perform perfectly and effectively, all in preparation for marriage. So when you grow up being programmed to get married, and then you don't get married, you feel like a failure. Because as you were growing up, you learned how to dress well, you learned how to brush your teeth, you learned how to cook well, you learned how to sweep the yard properly, you learned how to clean the house properly, you learned how to sweep the yard, you learned how to sew clothes, how to mend torn clothes, how to spread the bed, all in preparation for marriage. Your whole life, you've been striving and trying to work hard so that you can have you can be good in your marriage, and then you don't get married, you start feeling like a failure. So we should stop pressuring our children and telling them about marriage. We should stop conditioning them for marriage. We should stop grooming them for marriage. Marriage is no longer as important as it was in the olden days. Well, sometimes when you force, people are now going to extremes of trying to force marriage. One, like paying their own lobola, the girls. Two, approaching guys. It was never like that in the olden days. It is the guy who approached the girl. But now, it is the girls. They become so desperate to the extent that they start asking guys out. You see? The guy has never loved you. He's been seeing you, but he's never been interested in you. But he's only getting interested because you approached him. So that will cause problems. Extramarital affairs, lack of respect in the family, reversal of roles, suicide, heartbreaks, gender-based violence, sometimes murder at times, because people have over-emphasized on marriage, but it's no longer as important as that. That's my message for today. That girls, take your time. Don't feel less of a woman if you're not married. Yes, you can have a boyfriend that you see casually here today. Whether you are sleeping with him outside wedlock or whatever, I don't know. We will leave God to be the judge of that. I don't know about that. But it's okay to have a friend. He comes and he goes. No strings attached, no commitment. You live your life. I've got a friend who works for the UN. She travels from country to country. She has managed to build a lot of houses for herself. She goes to Syria, Russia, Ukraine, Kosovo, Afghanistan, Iraq, Iran, wherever they need relief, food aid and stuff. But she's managed to do all that because she's not married. If she was married, she won't be able to do that, to work for herself and improve her life. So you'll find that in most cases, many women aim to strive and do better for themselves, but they can't because their husband won't allow them. You want to do this certain degree, your husband won't allow you. You want to get a job at this place, your husband is jealous, he won't allow you. So sometimes you don't get to experience your full potential because of marriage. So today's girl child should not be fooled, should not be blinkered to think that marriage is everything. If marriage happens, so be it. If it doesn't, so be it. Just continue to live your life well. Even if you see that the same people who are giving you pressure to get married are in loveless and dead wooden marriages, which are not even functional. They will be having a black eye, purple eye, day in and day out. The husband is not even sleeping at home, is not even giving them money. is stressing them, is cheating. But that same person will come and tell you that you need to get married. Why? They want you to join them in the bandwagon of suffering. Join the train. Let's suffer takawanda. We are tikauretos. I've got my best friend is single. She's not married. So she's doing very well for herself. So every time I'll tell her, no, I'll hook you up with a guy. You've been single for too long. I'm gonna hook you up with a guy from church or from wherever, from my workplace or whatever. Then she says, oh, you want to see me enjoying my life. You want to see me being happy. I know. Whenever you see me smiling, you want to introduce a little devil into my life so that I continue suffering. To some extent, I agree with her. Because some relationships are from hell. I won't say much, but sometimes it's better being alone. Let's leave these girls alone. Let's leave them to enjoy their lives as single ladies. Let's not pressure them into getting married. Let's not pressure them into having a partner. And of course, a long time ago, our fathers would push us to get married so that they get wealth, they get cows, they get money, they do this. But nowadays, the girl child can build you a house, buy you those cows, and do everything for you. So you actually don't need a mkwasha or son-in-law to come and do anything for you. And these sons-in-laws who are coming, most of them can't even afford to buy 10 bags of cement, let alone to buy one cow. If you see them coming with money at times, it's your daughter's money which they are coming to pay as bride price. So let's not push our daughters into unimportant things. Marriage is no longer as important. Let people discover their own points of self-actualization. Let them do what makes them happy. If it's pursuing education up to having 10 PhDs, so be it. If it's going up the corporate ladder and being a CEO and whatever, so be it. Let's not put marriage in the equation, because the more we pressure them, the more they fall into depression. They may even fail to achieve and perform to the best of their abilities, because they feel, what's the point? I'm not married. I'm a loser because I'm not married. No one loves me. I'm not attractive because I'm not married. No. We need to change our mindset as Africans of over-emphasizing on marriage. And whilst we are grooming the girl child, I've never had any mother say, hey, James, come and chop the firewood. You are going to have problems when you marry. Who's gonna cut firewood for your in-laws? You need to come and cook. Who's gonna cook for your wife? You need to be ready for marriage. You need to learn how to cook so that you are ready for marriage. You need to be able to clean the house so that you are ready for marriage. I've never heard any mother say that to a son. In short, we are not preparing our sons for marriage. We are only preparing the girl child. So when these two people meet and they go into a union, which is called marriage, they may fail to function well because one is prepared and one is not. So their expectations and their performance is going to be varied. It's going to be different. So they may fail to be compatible. And they will have disputes, fights, and everything because they are not groomed the same way. So if we are going to be emphasizing the importance of marriage on the girl child, so be it to the boy child. Because the boys, they don't want to marry. They just want to be biting like takeaways or biting mangoes in a tree. They bite, they leave the mango in a tree. They bite the mango, they leave it there stuck on the tree. They taste the next mango, they leave it. They taste the next mango, they leave it. Our boy child is no longer prioritizing marriage. Too many of our boy children are failing to do well for themselves in life. I'm talking to you, the lady who says, I'm failing to get married because there are no guys, no single guys anymore. Just look into your wood, into your street where you grew up in. How many single guys are there, irregardless of where they work, their social outcome or whatever, how many single guys are there? You may find that there are actually 20 or 30 single guys in your hood where you grew up in, but none of them is husband material. None of them will be able to take care of you and the children. 90% of them are hooked on drugs. Why? Because we overemphasized social norms on the girl child. We thought it is the girl child's obligation to fit into society, to serve the husband, to serve the in-laws, to perform at par, to be good always, to know how to cook, to know how to greet people, just to perform at your excellent best. So let the equation be balanced. Let's groom both children the same way, with less emphasis on marriage. But yes, we still need to teach them about the dangers of having out of marriage sexual relations, such as fornication, sinning, contracting venereal diseases, a lot of things, soul ties, if you believe in them, and all those things. Yeah, they still need to be taught. I don't know if it's possible to be celibate. I don't know, but I think being celibate would be the best option, like Paul said in the Bible. But I don't know if it is possible. I don't know. I haven't done it, so I wouldn't know. I'm not sure, but I don't know. Having said this, I've come to the end of my presentation for today. Stay blessed. Let's bring up our children in a fair way, not being too harsh and too controlling, or predicting their future, or conditioning them for marriage. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Goodbye. Until next time, signing out.